Oh my gosh. So I keep trying to figure out how to relate this latest gun tragedy to feng shui. I actually been thinking about it ever since, well, pick a mass shooting and, go with that. But seriously, I've really been trying to figure this out ever since the horrible situation in Buffalo, where a white supremacist 18-year-old decided to literally go hunting. I don't know the story yet about what the possible motivation was for this latest murder of innocent children in Uvalde, which is a 3-hour drive from where I am in Austin. But honestly, it doesn't really matter, because here's the thing. Yeah, I know there's that argument that guns don't kill people, people kill people. Well, guess what? If you don't have a lethal weapon at close hand, you're not going to be able to impact as many people as you would if you do. Because this is an incredibly complex issue. And nothing is going to change by me putting a video out there on a mass level. The only thing I can do is encourage people to look at 2 specific areas of your house. The first is your relationship sector in the southwest part of your home. This is the love and relationship sector. Take a look around and see if there are any clues as to what you are valuing as a relationship. Is this something, is there a lot of clutter there? Is there a lot of symbols of violence maybe there? Is there perhaps even examples of lack of connection? Because then this makes it a whole lot easier to other people. This makes it a whole lot easier for you to deny yourself that ability to see the humanity of everyone around you, especially those that you disagree with. The other place that I encourage people to look at is the East sector. The East sector deals with family and ancestors. So a lot of the ancestral, again, the whole Second Amendment in America is this ancestral attachment to the right to bear arms, because, again, in the past, that was their livelihood, that was their ability to provide for their families. We don't necessarily have that need anymore. Instead, we have lots. I think actually right now the statistics are showing that we have more guns than actual people. I understand collectors. There's a lot of value in maintaining traditions and honoring the tools that have been used in the past. But there's now starting to become this disconnect between what is necessary and what is logical. So if you take a look at both of those sectors in your space, you might start to notice a slight pattern. You also might make just a little bit of space to see where your attachment is no longer compatible with living in polite society. I'm speaking to everybody here when I say there is no way that everyone is going to agree, but we've got to find a way where we can coexist as a society. I believe we have an illness right now, a deep, deep societal illness, where we've allowed the go it alone, rugged individualism, some may say toxic masculinity paradigm to overrun and infect the general country, the general good. Because everything in feng shui, there's that, take it at 9 squares, and the very center is the health. And if the very center is rotten, then the general health of the nation will continue to rot. We can fix this. We can start to find ways to connect, to ask, where is this disconnection happening? Is it mental illness? I don't know. Is it mass psychosis? I don't know. All I know is I know at everybody's core there is a wonderful, beautiful human that just wants to be understood. Who they are reaching out to and what are they being validated for typically is, especially when they are on these marginalized areas, it's by people who are pretending to have their best interests at heart, because it's easy to bring up the hate. It takes work to bring in the connection. All I can say is thank goodness for matcha lattes, for oat milk, for beautiful trees, and for incredible kindness that I know is around here all the time if you just look for it. Even in these dark times, there are always going to be helpers. So today, my shout out goes out to the lovely woman who recommended the toasted caramel syrup to go into my matcha latte from Opa. So I kind of needed that. I'm just tired of senseless killings, of feeling under attack, because it's not the only thing that's going on here in Texas. It's not the only thing that's happening here in America. I mean, it's just, there's a lot. We just have to take stock of how do we want to feel? What kind of world do we want to be in? And if that means breaking with the current group that you've affiliated with in order to achieve that, you might catch some flack. But you know what? Living out of integrity is quite possibly the most painful thing that you can do to yourself. And when you are having that kind of pain, you find a way to discharge it. And in all too many cases, it is through violence, because we have lots of those kind of tools around. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I know there was somebody with the hatchet on the road around here somewhere, and will come with knives. You're not affecting that many at that same time. Anyway, I'm just babbling. So there still is joy, there still is happiness, and there's also time for action. So take time to grieve. Write down the things that perhaps you're starting to question about what you grew up with, and find a tree, hug it, find a human, hug them, and just be gentle with yourself. Cheers.